लक्ष्य क्या सारे प्लेयर्स की बात कहूँगा, उनको तो इन सब चीज़ों में सेक्रीफाइस करना ही होता है कि बहुत सारी पार्टियां नहीं होती, शादियों में नहीं जा पाते हैं, है ना, क्योंकि उनका सुबह ट्रेनिंग होता है। फिर दूसरा क्या है कि ये थोड़ा सा एक ऊपर की लेवल की बैडमिंटन खेल रहे हैं, तो उसमें इतने ज़्यादा कॉम्पिटिशन्स हैं, फिर उनका ट्रेनिंग करना है, मतलब रिकवरी करना है, तो वो तो काफ़ी, मतलब मैं समझता हूँ कि वो इनका क्या, जो पेरेंट्स इनके साथ कर रहे हैं या जो कोचेज़ हैं, उन लोगों को भी काफ़ी सोशल उसमें वो काफ़ी दूर हो जाते हैं। ही इज़ वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव, जो मुझे लगता है कि वो पहले अगर आपने बचपन में कभी इसके मैचेस देखे हो, तो ये बहुत छोटा जब था, तो ये गेम के बीच में भी, मतलब ये गेम चल रही है, गेम ऑन है, और ये गेम के बीच में भी रोने लग जाता था। तो और तो कई बार हम किससे बोलते थे कि भैया तुम क्यों रोते हो ऐसे ऐसे, तो और कई बार लोगों को ये लगता था, जो ऑडियंस होती थी उनको लगता था इनके फादर कोच हैं, तो क्या कहते हैं, वो इसको डांटते होंगे या इसको प्रेशर करते होंगे, तुम्हें जीतना है, ऐसा करना है, जबकि ये अपने लेवल से थोड़ा ऊपर खेलता था। तो हमें तो वैसी खुशी होती थी कि भैया अपने लेवल से ऊपर एफर्ट कर रहा है, क्योंकि तो फिर कई बार हमने इससे पूछने की कोशिश की। एक बार इसकी मदर ने इससे पूछा, बेटे तुम क्यों रोते हो, इसने कहा मम्मी मैं रोता नहीं, वो आ जाता है। तो उस दिन दैट टाइम, मतलब कई बार हम लोग इसको कहते थे कि, तो फिर हमें लगा कि नहीं यार ये इसका वो है। तो फिर कई लोगों ने, मतलब एक दो बार मुझे थे, वो मुझे चेन्नई में मिले, मुझसे बोले कि साहब जो ये बच्चा है, इस बच्चे की ये स्ट्रेंथ है, ये रो तो ज़रूर रहा है लेकिन ये इसकी स्ट्रेंथ है। और कई बार बताओ, जैसे मैच खेल रहा है, सपोज ये लीड कर रहा है और अपोनेंट के, फिर जैसे हमारा 18-12 है, इसको अगर उसके 1-2 बन गए तो ये रोने लग जाएगा। लेकिन ये बात नहीं, रोते रोते खेलता सही था, अगर आंसू भी आ रहा होता तो इसका एक, मुझे लगता है कि ये जो चीज़ उसके अंदर पैशन था, अब क्योंकि बड़ा हो गया तो वैसे रोता नहीं है, ऐसा वो नहीं है, तो लेकिन वो अंदर से ज़रूर उसके अंदर होगा और है कि वो उसको थोड़ा सा अलग करता है। सबका एक सपना है कि ओलंपिक खेलें, क्योंकि ओलंपिक 4 साल का एक इवेंट है और इसमें क्वालिफाई होना ही अपने आप में थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी रहता है कि सब लोग नहीं हो पाते इस तरह से। तो मतलब मैं एज ए फादर, एज ए कोच, और कि मुझे ये है कि एक सेटिस्फेक्शन है कि लक्ष्य ने, मतलब जो चीज़ थी क्वालिफाई किया और यहाँ पे आया, और उसके बाद वो मतलब मैच टू मैच जो है वो बेटर परफॉर्म कर रहा है। तो होपफुली वो कल भी अच्छा मैच होगा, और वो अपने लिए तो खेलेगा नहीं, इस वक्त उसे इंडिया के लिए खेलना है ना, इंडियन बैडमिंटन के लिए खेलना है, तो डेफिनेटली हम ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि भाई वो अच्छा खेले।
If you watch today's match, I'm not looking at the scores, but if you go through his hardly any mistakes. So that's what I was very impressed with. Earlier, if you watch some of his other matches,
again it's something you said to me.
Yeah. So very very focused, no mistakes at all. That's what I was looking for. And then and he won convincingly. Didn't let the drift, whether it was he was playing with the wind, against the wind. He didn't let it bother him. He was very focused. There was a French player playing on the other court, lot of distraction. But we had told him just to remain focused and try to finish it in two. And I think he's done it in style. But no indication that I won't be satisfied, and I won't go on to predict that just because he's played well and beat Christie, he'll get a medal. But he's still definitely he's a contender.
He came back, because we always felt that it should be the young former internationals. They should be managing, because me and Prakash, both of us are getting old. We are in their 60s, and it's tough for us to manage a young athlete like him, because to be on the court and monitoring every session of his, and it's not an easy thing to do, and lots of travel, and so we always felt that former international players who have just come out of retirement would be the ideal person, because we have quite a few in India who have done well at the highest level, and so we wanted them to get involved, and but maybe immediately that did not work out, and because again it is the wavelength, how comfortable you are with the person, so that matters, and so eventually it is just that that management aspects, and so then again he came back to us, and he said, could you help us, and so then we made ensured that it is not, because we knew what needed to be done, and we gave him the choice. We've asked him, what you really think is required for you. You come out with a plan. Your sessions. What are the stroke routines you need to do? we knew, the physical part he needed to get better, and that was being taken care. But on the court sessions were very, very important. What needed to be done, what strokes needed to be played, and playing those shots at the right time. He has the strokes, but employing them judiciously. So that's the key at the highest level. And so that we set up, we talked to him, and so he had certain suggestions, and then we gave in our inputs. So to a certain extent, he started enjoying those sessions, and maybe that could be the key. It is nothing else, because an elite athlete, once they get to that level, it is all about how happy they are mentally. And because there is good support system available in the country, there are good physical trainers available, good physios available, and good coaches available. And so badminton is in a very good space in the country. But again, gelling well, so that's the key. And so to a certain extent, Lakshya at the moment is in slightly a happy mental state. That is, I would put it that way. That
Fantastic.
is helping him. Yes.
Excellent answer.
He had earlier entered Swiss Open and Madrid Masters. Both these tournaments he has entered. Basically just as a sort of a security for him. In fact, I would say, because he wasn't very sure whether he would make it for the Olympic Games. Even now, yes, he's more or less, I would say 80-90% he's in. But still, because it is so competitive, these top 30 players, anyone can beat anyone, on that given particular day. It is that sort of a competition we are seeing, and so Lakshya survived, this French and the All England, to a certain extent. He did reasonably well, beating good players, and so for his for his confidence and for his game part also, we thought he was moving well, and such things gave us a lot of confidence. So then the Swiss Open, actually he wasn't in the right frame of to play, but since he has entered, so he's playing over there, but what we have told him is that when you enter a competition, you play properly. You're not going there to play to lose. You should just give in your best. Otherwise, don't enter. That has always been our motto. We have always drilled that into his head, because no competition, you can take these. Otherwise, don't enter. It is, but this being an Olympic qualification here, it has become like a rat race. Everybody is playing. If you look at the number of the top players, the number of competitions they're playing is so much, 20 to 25 competitions. So they have no time to do anything. So now, what we have done is, so after Swiss Open, he will come back. He will get about 10 days time here in Bangalore. And subsequently, that Asian Badminton Championships is a good event, that's going to happen between 9th and 14th April. That's a big event. That's so Lakshya can, if he can do well there, he can further consolidate his position and maybe get into the top 8 at the world ranking stage. So those are the things, we are looking at it. Then once the Thomas Cup, end of April, we have the Thomas Huber Cup, which India has to defend. And so that's also another tough, but subsequently, May, June, July, he will get clear 3 months. That is where, again, he can really work on his physical front. That is very much required, because badminton, it is unlike any other sport. The qualification is so tough. The number of competition an athlete has to go through. So the process involved in badminton is very, very cumbersome and very tiring, for an athlete on an athlete's body. So we want him to train properly and choose maybe a couple of competitions only prior to the Olympic Games, and then maybe travel to France a little early, so he can prepare there, about 2 to 3 weeks be there and get into the Olympic village at the earliest and practice over there. So that is what our plans are. And so if it all falls through, it should go like that. Because
Fantastic.